Today we're going to be making a pan-seared ribeye and baked potatoes. Now we got to get this thing seasoned up, so before we do, we got to hit it with a little bit of avocado oil, and this is going to be used for a binder. Now look at those ribeyes right there. They're thick, not extra thick, thick enough though. Now let's focus on these seasonings, because you got to season this ribeye, right? And you got to season it well. So we're going in first with some salt, and I'm gonna let you see it, how much I put on there. And as you see right there, as the salt hits it, it melts, right? Now we're going in with pepper. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, you can't go wrong with, too much pepper. This is gonna give it that absolute flavor. Now you can stop at this point and then flip it on the other side and then finish seasoning with just salt and pepper. But we're gonna take this steak up another level, right? Now we got some garlic powder, and again, like I said, we want to get the steak and make the steak nice and flavorful, right? So we don't want to be creating no blasphemy in this kitchen. We don't want to be using no steak sauce, so this is going to prevent you from even having to think about steak sauce. So we're going to put some onion powder on there, and like I said, this is going to give the steak some nice flavor. These are big pieces of meat, and like I said, you can't go wrong with seasoning, right? Now we got smoked paprika. This is going to give it a little smoky element, but not too much, right? And then after you get these bad boys seasoned up, you're gonna give it a little pat, because it gotta rest, right? These steaks gonna put in a lot of work for us. Now we're gonna flip this on the other side. I'm not gonna bore you, but we're gonna get these bad boys seasoned, right? Now what you wanna do is you wanna take these and then coat your sides with the seasonings that's on the bottom of your pan. So don't leave anything behind, right? Now let these steaks rest, and we're gonna let these rest while we prep these potatoes. So let's focus on these potatoes, right? Now we got the russet potatoes. I'm using a little bit of, olive oil, and we're gonna get this bad boy coated. And the reason being is I like to eat all the potato, right? Now we're gonna poke some holes, and this is gonna allow this potato to vent while it's in the oven. It's gonna help it cook a little bit faster too. Now I got my favorite barbecue rub. This is Kinder's, the blend, right? Use your favorite barbecue rub, or you can even go with that Lawry seasoned salt, right? You can't go wrong with that. Now we're gonna sprinkle this on top. It's almost gonna be like a French fry, right? You can devour that whole entire potato. So we're gonna put the potatoes in first, so it's gonna take longer to cook, right? So we're gonna go 400 degrees, and then halfway through the cook, we're gonna place our cast iron skillet into the stove, right? So we're gonna heat that up gently, because you don't want to heat that cast iron up too quick, right? All right, so about 20 minutes in, right, this cast iron is ready to go, and you can see it right here. You see the smoke coming off of it. That bad boy is ready. All right, now, so we're gonna place our steaks on this sizzling hot pan. Then we're gonna press it down. Now you can hear that sizzle. Look at that right there. You wanna sear these bad boys, 2 to 3 minutes. All right, so we're gonna give these bad boys a flip. Let's see how they coming. You can see there, look at that nice sear right there. That's what you want right there. We're gonna get this other bad boy flipped over. And then we're gonna go for another 2 minutes, and then we're gonna be ready to go. About half a stick of butter in there. And then we're gonna introduce some herbs. So we got some sage, and then we got some thyme, right? So this is going to give us some aromatics, right? And this is going to be smelling absolutely delicious. Now we're going to add a little bit of garlic. Like I said, we're going to be creating some aromatics. This is going to be making your house smell delicious. Now you want to baste the steak, right? You're going to take that butter, and this butter is going to, complement those flavors. And then you want to baste this, you know, about a minute or two. And then, like I said, we're going to add a little bit more butter because we're going to use all that butter juice. And we're going to top that bad boy off when they're ready to go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to let this cook, continue to cook, and we're going to let that cook for about, you know, about 4 or 5 minutes in the oven. So we're going to place this in the oven. Alright, so when we're placing this in the oven, we want to place it, like I said, 4 to 5 minutes, and then we're looking for like a medium rare, and then you're ready to go. If you haven't had a steak at medium rare, I'm telling you, that's where it's at, because it's nice, it's tender, it's juicy, melt in your mouth, and it's done. Now we're going to let these bad boys rest. And then this is key because you want to let those juices, you know, redistribute within that steak. Now we got our fresh herbs. We're just going to sit those on top along with those bulbs of garlic, right? Now we're going to let these steaks rest for a minimum of like 5 to 7 minutes, right? And then we're going to pour all that good old buttery juice on there, right? Let that thing rest. Let it do its thing, right? So we got the steak is out resting, the potatoes, they are ready to go. So we're going to get these out the oven. And like I said, we're going to plate these at the same time. So these potatoes are ready to go, nice and crispy, ready. All right, so we're going to open up this potato, right? No right or wrong way to open a potato, but as you can see, that bad boy is piping hot. And then that's your potato. And then we come over and we grab one of these steaks, and look at that right there. That looks absolutely delicious. And then we just, you know, throw our fresh herbs on there just for a little garnishment, right? Throw a little garlic on there, a little garlic bulb. And then we got to hit it with some butter, because you know, like, what is a classic baked potato without butter? So, and then you let, you know, your guests or whatnot, they're going to be the one that's going to dress this thing up. So I'm not going to put like much on there. I'm just going to melt this butter. Like I said, this is going to be a classic baked potato, right? So we're going to get this melted up. So we're going to hit it with a little bit more pepper, a pinch of salt. Now you got your classic baked potato. Now your dad, your guests, they can put whatever they like on this potato. If they want to put some cheese, some green onions or whatever, they can do that. But look at that steak right there, man. I'm telling you, dad's gonna be proud of you, right? So here we go. And let's see what we got. And look at that right there. Look at that right there. Let's get this section right here. And look at that right there. That's what you got. You in the game. All right, Focus family, you got your classic steak and potatoes. I got you in the game. So we're gonna go ahead and give this bad boy a taste test. And look at this right here. Look at that steak. Doesn't that look absolutely delicious? So you know I got to get a big chunk of that, and we're gonna give this thing a taste. Melt in your mouth. And then we're gonna give that potato. Look at that thing popping hot too. Now that's absolutely delicious. That is absolutely delicious. The combination, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, you don't even need any steak sauce. You know, if you're using steak sauce on the steak, that's like blasphemy, right? This is nice and flavorful, juicy, tender. And like I said, you in the game. And you like this content, smash that subscribe button and then smash that like button so I can get into that YouTube algorithm. Now, for the people that's been rolling me for a while, you already know what we gonna do. We gonna smash into those steak and potatoes. Happy Father's Day, and we'll see you guys later. But before we do, remember, this channel here is to boost your confidence so you can get on the grill and in the kitchen and make these delicious meals. So we'll see you guys later. Peace.